Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Ramble. Very exciting news post from Jagex this morning. New Slayer boss, the Araxxor. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Arachnophobes, beware. Our latest boss has 8 legs and a whole lot of scares to share. If that title sounds familiar, you've either been around a really long while or you happen to play RuneScape too. RuneScape 3. But yeah, I see what they did there. The arachnoid antagonist arrived in our sister game almost a decade ago, where he resides in the aptly named Araxxor hive beneath the Haunted Woods. That's where the similarities end, we're afraid. This is not a backport of the RuneScape boss. We've given the old Cobbler's Nightmare an all-new, old-school spin, and today you're getting your first look. So I'm going to have this blog post linked down in the description, so if you guys want to watch this video, I'll have this YouTube link as well. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's done by Hootie Tootie, who is just a fucking legend. That was, like, honestly, one of the best hires Jagex has had, at least in the PR department. I mean, just some of the tweets are just fire. Some of them are L's, but some of them are fire, so shout out to Hootie. That's where okay, I already read that part. We've been waiting to add Araxxor since the release of A Night at the Theater. You'll have encountered Araxxites. Wait, I thought that was I could barely fucking see my monitor. It's just, there's sunlight just peering in, and my face is all puffy because I just have allergies this morning. So that's why the camera's not on, and that's why we're not reviewing a drink, guys. I'm very sorry, but it's just how it goes sometimes. You'll have encountered Araxxites there during a segment where you obtain some strange spider eggs. Although some of the eagle-eyed among you already figured out that these weren't spiders at all. With Araxxites and their cobwebby, I was about to say cowboys, cobwebby cave in place, all that remained was to add an enormous spider to bring the whole thing together. Here he is. Perhaps the most significant way our Araxxor diverges from his RuneScape counterpart is that we're not setting out to make him too challenging. Instead, we're offering him as a new Slayer boss, which requires a 92 Slayer and an Araxxite task to tackle. His lower level buddies will also count towards the task if you're not in the bossing mood. Very cool. Slayer bosses can be tricky. As we learned with our last offering, the Alchemical Hydra, they need to be interesting enough to feel engaging without being so tricky that they become a boring grind. Of course, they also need to reward you for all the time you've spent leveling Slayer so far. Yeah, that's very important. As is customary, we're not divulging every mechanic Araxxor has up its many sleeves, but we will give you a little taste of the battle to come. Right up front, we want to assure you that Araxxor is not as tough as the Awakened, Desert Treasure 2 bosses or the Fortis Coliseum. I mean, as I think most of us would expect, it's a level 92 Slayer. It's not like, I mean, Hydra's level 95, and that one's just super easy. Instead, you'll control the difficulty of the fight yourself. Choose to deal proactively with Araxxor's minions before they hatch, and you'll have an easier but slower time. Set them loose, and you'll kill Araxxor faster, but only if you survive their onslaught. The choice is up to you. The fight features all the mechanics you'd expect from a big ol' spider, smaller spiders, venomous acid, ferocious fangs, and more legs than you can count. It's a melee-focused encounter, unfortunately. We haven't yet released any oversized boots, so you'll have to settle for your next best spider splatter. To say any more would reveal too much, but we're confident that we're delivering a fight that's both easy to grind and satisfying to master. We can, however, tell you that the treasure's lurking in Araxxor's lair. Let's see the rewards. Okay, that's really cool. I'm really glad that they're just being very transparent about it being an easy to grind boss. Slayer bosses really should be easy. I'm sorry, like that's just how I feel. Let me know down in the comments if you feel the same way. Slayer bosses, like, I don't know, Cerberus is a wonderful example of just a perfect Slayer boss. You go into Cerb, you just melt him because you're on task, and it's just chill as hell. There's like a tiny little mechanic, and that's really the extent of it. It's just fun. You're just grinding. You're just, hanging out at Cerb. And obviously with Blood Fury now, it's just disgusting. You just stay there for so goddamn long. But that's what we want. We don't want any of that tedious bullshit with the counting mechanics and the running around everywhere. I don't know. Maybe a running around a little bit is fine. But honestly, keep it simple. Just keep this stuff simple. That's all it needs to be. It needs to be satisfying, and I think they're going to... I hope they nail it at least. We'll see. The spoils. Broadly speaking, boss rewards are split up into untradables, consumables, and unique equipment. Araxxor has something in all three categories, so we'll work our way through them in that order. So I have already kind of looked at the rewards, and I do have some pretty juicy thoughts to share. So you guys are going to have to let me know everything about what I'm about to say in the upcoming little scrolls that I'm going to do on this blog, and just tell me down in the comments how you feel about it, because I really want to get some good discussion down here. So of course these first things are just the cosmetics, but we're going to get to the actual rewards in a second. Our first untradeable is the Araxxite head. This is essentially an Araxxor themed equivalent of the Calphite Queen or Hydra head, and its primary use case is creating a Slayer helmet that'll send your enemies scurrying for cover. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these rambles, drop a like on the video. I appreciate that. All right, that looks pretty dope. That actually looks really okay, mainly because it's got 4 eyes. Like now you remember when 4 eyes used to be a bullying phrase? You call people 4-eyed brace face, you know? Now you're calling people 4 eyes and like you're the loser basically. Like if you don't have 4 eyes, you're the wimp basically. That's really cool. By the way, I'm not gonna lie. I know this is just a cosmetic, but I seriously would not be opposed to this having some sort of anti-venom effect if you combine it with a Serp helm or something like that, or combine it with enough scales or something. Really, I'm down for that. I'm down for a special Slayer helmet that's specifically designed for the spider task. Now, some people are gonna be like, well, I just want to wear my Zuck helmet all the time. But who knows? Maybe we could just combine. What would it be so bad to be able to combine a Serp helm with a Slayer helm? Not the stats, obviously. You're not going to add the 5 strength, but just that venom effect. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. In the real world, a waist-high spider following you around would be cause for concern in old school RuneScape. However, we love all kinds of pets, and after beating Araxxor, you may just walk away with a buggy buddy of your own. This not-so-scary spider looks equal parts angry and drop-dead adorable. And we can't wait to give him a cuddle, maybe. Okay, this pet, first of all, it's dope. We already have so many goddamn spider pets, so I'm not going to be that guy on the video that's complaining about our, 4th or 5th spider boss. But as you guys know, and especially from my latest tier list video where I was rating all the pets, I'm a fan of small pets. And this obviously is smaller than something like KQ, but can we just make this thing really small? Can we make it half the size of this? Just something the size of Kraken following you. Just really cuddly. Just really fucking cuddly. This guy's just too big. I'm sorry, guys. This is how I feel. Now, I know that's maybe an unpopular take because most people actually just really find the big pets just awesome. But I don't know. This little guy looks like he should be tiny. He looks like he should just be a little bit bigger than those little spiders that run around like Lumbridge Castle, you know. Just a little bit bigger than that, a little bit fluffier, a little bit thicker, you know. I don't know. This guy's just a little bit too big for my likings. But that's, it's all subjective. Let me know what you guys think. At least it's a 1x1. Can you imagine this thing was like a 2x2, just freaking huge? Our final untradable is the Jar of Venom, which might seem a bit odd because all our other jar items have been tradable. This puts it in a weird spot of being rare flex cosmetics that you can purchase for a relatively inconsequential price. And for the Jar of Venom, we want to try something a bit more exclusive. In fact, that's our thinking for all 3 of these untradables, which will appear in 3 tiers of rarity. The most common will be the Araxxite head, followed by the uncommon Jar of Venom, and the rarest, most prestigious reward of all, the Araxxor head. So this will be the first ever untradable jar, which is interesting. I guess, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's maybe it's too late to be doing this, but I don't really care. They're just jars at the end of the day. I don't really mind. What do you guys think? We're curious to hear what you think of this proposal, so be sure to send your feedback through all the usual channels. If opinion seems divided about what should and shouldn't be untradable, we're open to adding an extra poll question to accommodate. Also, I want to let you guys know, if you guys are relatively new to listening to these rambles, they are all on Spotify and other podcasting platforms. So down in the description as well, if you want to listen to these at work or on your long drives, I have every single ramble uploaded onto Spotify, very nicely organized there. So check it out, give it a 5-star rating. That would really help me out as well. Consumable rewards. After all that pet hunting, you're going to want a snack, or at least something to sell on for your efforts. Everything in this section is tradable, so it should add consistent profit to your spider slaying adventures. First up is the Araxxor venom gland. Believe it or not, this is consumable and will deal 4 venom damage while curing and providing 20 seconds of immunity to venom. It may be gross, but it's a nice trick to have in your back pocket when you're trying to extend the trip to Araxxor without banking to grab more anti-venom plus potions. Incidentally, the venom gland can also be used to brew the new extended anti-venom plus potion at level XX Herblore. Ooh, XX. Regular anti-venom plus potions provide 3 minutes of immunity to venom per dose. As you might expect, the extended anti-venom plus extends this effect to 6 minutes per dose. That is beautiful. By the way, let me just see how many. I just want to see on my end. I'm going to show you how many. Oh, look at that. Anti-venom plus 4s. I have 1,347 of them. That is a juicy, sexy amount. So I'm really excited to be able to extend these bad boys. I'm going to use all these. I had these here for a long time. I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing with these. I just, made all of them for Herblore XP, but now there's actually going to be use for them. Very, very excited about that. This means that you'll be able to store a whopping 24 minutes of venom immunity in a single inventory slot, making it the perfect addition to your Araxxor loadout. We'll also throw in some teleport scrolls so that you can get yourself back to Araxxor quickly without banking. These will be a fairly common drop, so getting comfortable with the fight and extending your trip should result in obtaining more scrolls than you need. How convenient. Unique equipment rewards. Okay, just right off the bat, fuck yes. These look so sick. These look so sick. I have been wanting so badly black boots that actually look a little bit more modern, kind of like the primordial kind of style. We have guardian boots, but they're too gray. I've been really wanting some deep, dark black. And this looks so badass. I love these. Whoever designed these nailed it. Saving the best for last, we have a selection of unique rewards with their own headings even. Crafted from bits of Araxxor himself. The specific body parts are yet to be decided, but hopefully you get the gist. Araneae boots. Araneae, I'm assuming. Araneae, I don't know. I would say Araneae, but I think that kind of comes from a little bit of like this a little bit of Spanish I learned. Araneae sounds right, but who knows? Probably Araneae. These, just like I was saying, Virtus, when Virtus came out, because I didn't know what Virtus was back in the day. So when it was first being pulled, I was like, Virtus. I just kept saying that because it's fucking what you're supposed to say in Spanish. These unconventional kicks are set to be crafted from a somewhat rare drop. They offer some serviceable tribrid stats, but come with an added ability, which grants occasional immunity to spider webs. Araneae boots. Okay, so the attack has 5 magic, 6 range, and 2 melee strength. Assuming you haven't negated the effects of a spider web in the last 10 seconds, the Araneae boots Araneae, I don't know. I'm probably just going to end up saying Araneae because I feel like that actually sounds like Araneae altar. So maybe I should stick with Araneae boots. I don't know. This is weird. Let me know how you guys pronounce it. Will grant you immunity in to the next web that you walk on. This could mean avoiding a punishable mistake against Verzik Viter, saving some run energy at Venenatis, or perhaps preventing Sarachnis' binding web. This may not be the most impactful draw, but we thought it was on theme, niche, and a welcome addition to the loot table. Not every unique needs to be a game changer. Okay, listen. I'm not satisfied with these stats at all. I really am not. Honestly, these boots should... I mean, there's just this is so bad. First of all, the places you get stuck in webs, generally speaking, are fully preventable. Nobody is going to be bringing these at Verzik. Like, oh my god, the one like phase of one of the bosses in the Theater of Blood has a mechanic where it shoots webs out, and you get stuck in a web and you get hit a 40, and you just have to pause for a second. Is that really worth losing so many max hits, or a max hit or whatever? Just not bringing your prims or not bringing your Eternals or whatever the hell you're bringing at Theater of Blood now to just bring these. Like, nobody's going to do that. And then Venenatis, you can already dodge the webs, you know? You just start walking. I think it just slows you down a little bit or just, like, depletes your run energy. And with Arachnis, we have the Ring of Stone tech. So you can already prevent all the web sticking stuff. Honestly, these boots need to be way more powerful. And if it were up to me, genuinely, I would just say these boots have a full-on effect to, I don't know, if they want to keep the thematics of the not getting stuck in webs, just make it permanent. So make it just so no matter what, if you're wearing these boots, you can run through webs fine. Like you're totally good running through webs. I'm trying to think of a certain situation where that's even a problem. Instead of having to, what are they saying? They're saying like it grants you immunity to the next web you stand on, and assuming you haven't been in the, I don't know exactly what's happening here, but let me just read this fully. Assuming you haven't negated the effects of a spider web in the last 10 seconds. What is that supposed to be meaning? The Araneae boots will grant you immunity to the next web that you walk on. This could mean avoiding a punishable mistake. Okay. So, I don't know. If they're trying to keep that, that's whatever. But honestly, these need to be way more powerful. And I would suggest maybe making it accuracy based. So one of the really cool things I would say is make this maybe a potential crush boot kind of thing. Because you are crushing spiders. Most of the time you're wanting to crush spiders. So what if this had actual crush accuracy? And this is now the boots that you would wear with like your full Inquisitors. And so it can still keep the 2 melee strength, but maybe it has like 10 crush accuracy. Or I would even go as far as to say up the melee strength to maybe 4 so it matches dragon boots. That's personally what I would say. And then still have the crush accuracy at like 10 or something. And honestly, the magic and the ranged is just so pointless. It's just so pointless adding this stuff, because if you're really having these boots that are supposed to be good against spiders, you're never really ranging spiders or maging spiders. What you're really doing is using your crush weapon for the most part. So I would honestly say Araneae boots, give them like 4 melee strength and give them like 10 or 12 crush accuracy. Something that's genuinely significant that you can wear with your full ink. And you're just feeling super, I don't know, you're just looking like a fucking Giga Chad. Like, can we do that? I'm sorry. Like, maybe, let me know down in the comments what you guys have to say about that, because I'm totally open to some other variations of what you guys would like to see from this. But seriously, this is pathetic. This is just awful. It's so pathetic. All right, moving on. I'll probably make another whole video on these if they don't get changed, or if whatever they're going to... There's no way this is staying as is. This is so bad. Oh, it just pisses me off. 2 melee strength. Oh my God, okay, I got to move on. Noxious halberd. Ooh, I've been looking forward to this, boys. I've been looking forward to this. Ah, the trusty halberd. Long gone are the days when we watched enviously as our elven trap dodging friends safe-spotted Tazars over vents. Now these lengthy weapons are more likely to be found moldering in an alk pile, only seeing sunlight to deliver the odd special attack or two. It's time to change that. With a Noxious halberd, we're offering up a halberd whose primary use is as a DPS weapon. Whoa, that's a lot of numbers. For context, the Noxious halberd has similar DPS to the Blade of Saeldor. Its 5-tick attack speed means it scales worse with gear than the 4-tick blade, so it won't be a best-in-slot contender. On top of its raw stats, you'll have a 33% chance per swing to inflict venom on your target, assuming it isn't immune, which increases to 50% chance when used in conjunction with a Serpentine Helm. Honestly, just right off the bat, I would just say make this 50% and make it so if you're equipping the Serp Helm, it's just 100% chance. Just do that, honestly. The 100% chance with the Serp Helm just makes perfect sense. They already have it with the blowpipe. It's not even that big of a deal. I would just say go that route. It's so much nicer knowing that it's been venomed and you can guarantee that it has been. There's very few situations where you even really care about venoming things nowadays, and a lot of things already have immunity to venom, which is just weird. But anyway, that's what I would say. All this means the Noxious halberd packs a pretty punch, but it also sports a special attack. We still intend for it to be a DPS focused rather than a spec weapon, but the special will round out the halberd's utility and hopefully add an extra use case or two. For 60% of your special attack energy, you can cure any poison or venom you're afflicted with, and increase your next attack's accuracy and damage by that percentage. For example, if you're about to get hit 20 venom damage, you can use the special to cure yourself and boost your next attack's accuracy and damage by 20%. That seems like like I don't know. I'm just like, are you just AFKing or something? Like, what? Why would you ever even get to 20 venom? This just sounds so weird. Like, why would you? I don't know. This is just so weird. Like, just keep getting venomed over and over and over, just so you can have some really crappy like halberd spec potentially. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't like this at all. I would just say, I don't know. It's like whatever. It's just so pointless. This thing is so pointless because you're going to get hit with like a 6. Nobody's going to be, I don't know. What? Am I the only one that's just like confused by this? This is so mid. This is so goddamn mid. I can't even, I don't know. I do like the fact that the special attack cures your poison or venom. I think that's a really useful thing. And it could have great use. It's somewhere like, I don't know, chambers, I guess, if you get poisoned by shamans. By the way, can we fix that already? I did a chambers run and I got poisoned by shamans, and those little pools all around still don't cure your venom. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is so stupid. I'm really bothered right now this morning. Can you guys tell? I'm getting butthurt over everything right now. But seriously, like, I don't know. Can we just fix that? Anyway, that's a little tangent, but I don't mind this poison or venom, kind of thing. But this whole 20 venom, or this whole like thing where if you're venomed already, you can cure yourself and get hit, or just hit a little bit harder. I'm sorry, the 20, it's not even a guaranteed, like, you're going to hit 20% extra. It's just like, no, that's, the potential is there for it. So you're still going to just hit like a 2. Let's be honest. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have any suggestions for this? I'm not going to waste any more time just trying to come up with an idea right now, but let me know what you guys think. So how valuable is the halberd's extra attack range? Since this is a unique feature of the weapon, it's harder to compare than a simple strength or slash bonus. It could make all the difference in Verzik's second phase, or when staying further away from a burning teammate in the Great Olm's chamber. We want to know where you would be excited to make use of a halberd that puts the unique in unique weapon drop. So the reason I was so excited about this halberd, by the way, was all the Araxxor I used to do pre-Ring of Stone tech. So, it was really cool to bring a Crystal Halley there and get that little extra hit off with a halberd that's actually DPS focused and you're not losing ticks. This thing is just, it would have been a lot of fun to use that Araxxor, but now we have Ring of Stone tech. So the really cool thing about a halberd like this is just the fact that there are a chunk of players that really just want to relax and they want to safe spot things and they just want to be able to deal relatively good DPS, which it looks like this is giving, and not get attacked, just have a nice little safe spot going. So I think it's really exciting. One of the cool things about this halberd is the potential to get an extra hit off, basically. So being able to attack something 1 tick earlier. Now, it doesn't seem like that'll ever really be good unless this could really compete with a scythe, which it doesn't sound like it's going to be competing with a scythe, even if you consider it being a 4-tick attack. So, let's just imagine you're running into Maiden. Now, of course, I don't think anybody's going to be bringing this to Maiden, and I also don't know exactly what the tiles are. I don't know if it's an even or odd number of tiles to actually run and start hitting Verzik. Most people T-bow it anyway on the way there. But there are a few use cases I could probably list off if I gave it enough thought, where you're running into a fight and you want to get one extra little hit off right there. So something that has an extra tile range will give you that free tick, basically. Like it'll save you a tick ultimately, because you're going to run and get that extra little hit. And this could be used at potentially at bloat as well. When you're running to hit bloat, you could get a little like extra hit just because this is, you're getting that 2 tile range, which is really exciting. I think that could be really cool. I don't know how this DPS is really comparing to other weapons. I would say give it enough to, I don't know. I would say give it, if this isn't good enough, I'll have to talk with some PVMers and see what they're thinking. Is this just completely dead content? If it is completely dead content, I would honestly say just buff it a tiny little bit so it really feels worth bringing to get those little extra hits in. And you know what? What just came to my mind was, what if a special effect had... What if the special attack of this weapon actually allowed you to deal, like, I don't know, a double hit or something like that against larger monsters? So I think that would be a really cool functionality of this kind of weapon, is just being able to do like a double swipe similar to other halberds. So I don't know. It's going to really suck having to bring a Noxious halberd, and then you also want to bring your crystal halberd to get a spec in. So honestly, I don't know. Maybe make it so you just get a double swipe with this bad boy with extended or increased accuracy, increased damage. And I don't know. Anyway, so I'll probably make another video on this. I feel like I'm just going to keep rambling on, and we can't make this too long. We've already been talking for 26 minutes. Holy shit. Okay, Amulet of Rancor. So by the way, just let me know every one of your thoughts on this. This is obviously like a huge, it's not even that big of a blog post, but there's a lot coming into the game that sounds really exciting. So just let me know down in the comments. I'm going to read everything. So really excited. Let's have a nice discussion down there. Amulet of Rancor. Next, we have the Amulet of Rancor, which supersedes the Amulet of Torture as the best in slot melee amulet and will be a rare drop from Araxxor. Compared to the other amulet slot offerings, Torture wasn't that far ahead of Fury, so there's plenty of room to upgrade. Compared to the Amulet of Torture, the Amulet of Rancor offers +5 to slash, stab, and crush accuracy, and a further +2 strength bonus, which may increase max hit in some setups. The only requirement to equip this nifty necklace is a hefty 90 hit points, which is a stretch beyond the requirements for Zenyte jewelry. While many of you will be able to buy and trade these, we know irons are interested, to know how they'll make one. The Zenyte amulet, from which the Amulet of Torture can be made, requires a whopping 98 crafting, which doesn't leave a lot of room for a requirement increase. Instead, the crafting requirement for the Amulet of Rancor will be in the 80s, since we expect it's easier to work with this with nice squishy spider parts than a precious gemstone. So I think I already saw some people on Twitter just saying this is a problem. It really should be a higher level crafting and potentially even require a Zenyte as well. Now, I'll be honest, I just think you should... The Amulet of Rancor, this is just my personal thoughts, it should just be an upgrade to the Torture. So if you have a Torture amulet, you just use this on it. You use like a little... I don't know, part of the spider. You use it with the Amulet of Torture. Boom. You have a brand new Amulet of Rancor. But you have to have the full Torture already made and enchanted. And then you just use this on it. So there still is that use of getting your Torture off the bat. And honestly, stats-wise, buff it. And the reason I say buff it is because we have something called the Amulet of Blood Fury, which is so powerful and is used in so many places because it has a passive healing effect, which is just disgusting. So if this were up to me, I would honestly make this a beast, like just a fucking powerhouse of a melee amulet, because it doesn't have that healing effect. The Torture isn't good enough to almost ever be replaced by the Amulet of Blood Fury in most situations if you're taking damage. The Blood Fury is just such good passive heals. It's amazing. So if it were up to me, honestly, I would make this bad boy just stick out like a sore thumb in a good way. Make it so the attack, slash, and crush are all 25, so up it by 10. And then make the melee strength +15. I'm not even kidding. I know that sounds extreme, but that's what we need to have a high enough gap between the Amulet of Blood Fury and this new thing. So honestly, I would make this the fucking powerhouse. I would do it. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think. So what I'm suggesting is 25 here on all three, +15. The prayer can stay 2, just like the Torture is already. And yeah, make it like that. I think that would be, oof, that'd be so juicy. That'd be awesome. That'd be sexy. So yeah, and I'm trying to think because we have the Amulet of Torture Ornament Kit, which I guess will just still stay in the game because if you don't have this, you're still going to be using a torture. But I don't know. Very soon we need to have some new ornament kits come from clues. That's a whole nother topic that we need to talk on. Just adding more uniques to clues is such a hot topic because people are like green logging clue logs now, and if you add new things, they're gonna just start screeching on Twitter. It's gonna be bad. But we do need some sort of ornament kit for this because I don't know, this doesn't look particularly amazing. I'll be honest, this thing actually looks pretty crappy. It's too like neon green. It's kind of weird, don't you guys think? I wish it was just black with the kind of gray like this. Oh yeah, do that. Do that. Please, and by the way, just going back to the boots, can we please make these like have really hefty crush, 10 at least or 12? The melee strength at 4, like I was saying. Oh, give us that, please. Oh, please. Anyway, so yeah, that would be really cool if this green thing was more like that light kind of gray right here. Ooh, and that little symbol. I don't. Is that supposed to be a symbol or just supposed to be like a spider web? I don't know. But add that to it. That would look so cool. Anyway, let's. So yeah, there's a survey. I'll have this blog post linked down in the description so you guys can fill it out. And you can also join the discussion in the usual places. The mods are going to be obviously just watching all the feedback. So really, really cool. Great stuff, Jagex. This is all really exciting. I would just suggest, again, just going back, Amulet of Rancor. I would love to see 25, 25, 25, and plus 15 for melee strength. Oh, simply because I want a large enough gap to really be able to justify using a melee amulet that's not just healing you nonstop. So that's my main suggestion for that. Noxious halberd, I like it. I hope it's powerful enough to really be justified in using at places. And it would be really cool if a special attack was actually similar to the Crystal Halley, where you get a double hit and it just smacks. And it could still have that healing effect. And Araneae boots, again, plus 10 or 12 crush bonus would be super, super cool. Get rid of the magic and range entirely and just increase the melee strength by 4. Again, these are all suggestions. I'm just saying them like very like sternly, basically, just because that's how I feel about it. The pet, I wish it was smaller. That's my personal take. And it would be really cool. Again, we were actually just hearing about the new ways how to make these Araxxor potions or whatever, the anti-venom plus potions. Maybe something like that. Maybe the ingredients could be used on Slayer helmets to give that anti-venom effect, potentially. If the team doesn't want to go down that route, I actually fully understand that, and then there would constantly be use for these anti-venom pluses, which would be cool. So anyway, that's it for this ramble. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to be having Tasty and T Papa on the Sebe cast this Thursday, which I'm really excited about. So look forward to that. And yeah, peace out, guys. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.